So here are 5 simple steps that you can utilize to build an asset-backed business. Now, why is an asset-backed business important? Because I've seen so many of my clients, business owners, mentees, constantly making profit within their business, but actually squandering it when the business is profitable. See, there are so many opportunities out there, particularly with, well, just at any time. But if you're constantly taking your money in your business and just putting it straight into cars, holidays, lifestyle, then in actual fact, you're not thinking about the future. And surely safeguarding the future of your family and thinking about the longer term is something that you should be thinking with investing in your family's future. And an asset-backed business can actually be much better than trying to build to 50 or even 100 people, because you have to go through that too small to be big and too big to be small, period of time, when in actual fact, lifestyle can disappear. Because you've got team who want lifestyle, but then you also need to have team who need performance. So thinking about having a team of 6 to 10, where in actual fact you can take some of your company's profits and invest into income generating assets, can be something that is going to give you a better lifestyle. It's going to make sure that you can plan for the future. It's going to mean that you actually have an income during your retirement, because we all know that pensions are absolutely horrendous. So the 5 ways in which you can simply think about having an asset-backed business is: number 1, you need to get clarity around your numbers. I've spoken to too many business owners in recent years who don't know clear enough ideas of the numbers. And this even goes to a lot of mortgage advisors that I work with initially. They just don't have a good enough concept of how many leads they need, how many sales they're doing, what their cost per lead is, what their cost per sale is, what their average mortgage commission is, what their average life insurance commission is, what their total income that they're generating into their business is, for the previous tax year, for the current tax year, for the targets and goals that they're setting for the future. When you have clarity around the numbers in your business, it enables you to plan, it enables you to create a strategy and set a goal for you, for your family, for your future, and for your business. Number 2 is you need to take a profit first mentality. Now, there is a great book called Profit First, but it actually means in knowing your numbers, you start from the ground up. So many people get into business, get into doing mortgages, not thinking about how much money do I actually need on a weekly, on a monthly, on a yearly basis to live the lifestyle that I want. And then actually start to reverse engineer that. So if you know that you need 3 or 5 grand per month, how many sales is that going to be? What expenses do you have in order to be able to, that you're going to have to generate that? Whether it's lead cost, desk cost, telephone, rental income. Start with profit first. Work out your expenses. Work out your turnover in your sales. Then start to think about your lead generation, because business can be really, really simple when you think about profit first, because all you've got to do is hit your profit target and you know that everything else is going to be achievable thereafter. Now, before you start to actually invest in property or in income generating assets, if you understand the stock markets and want to go down that route, you need to think about number 3, having 3 to 6 months of burn rate in your accounts. Now, what do I mean by burn rate? I mean living expenses in your personal account and in business expenses in your business. So the first thing you need to do is total up what is the average cost of your expenses on a monthly basis. Multiply that by 3, multiply that by 6. Goal number 1, get to 3 months in the bank. Goal number 2, get to 6 months in the bank. And what that's going to mean is that's going to remove some stress. It's going to remove some cash flow issues. It's going to take away the scarcity mentality, because it's going to mean that you're always going to have 3 months worth of business expenses, 3 months worth of personal expenses in your bank account at any one point in time. Taking away any stress, worry, anxiety, cash flow, fear around, what if I don't get a lead tomorrow? What if I don't do a deal this week? What if my health gets in the way? And that's something that can come at any point in time. We can't predict what is going to happen tomorrow. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't enjoy your current lifestyle, but I'm saying that more often than not, business owners and mortgage advisors aren't planning for the future and thinking about having an asset-backed business. Number 4 is, what new marketing and sales opportunities can you bring into your business? It is so much easier to market to your existing customers than thinking about marketing to new ones. So are you sitting down within your targets this year and actually saying, right, every person that we sold to last January, last February, last March, whatever month of the year it is, are you going to recontact all those customers 12 months on their anniversary? So all last January's customers, are you going to contact this January? Find out what problems they have, find out what solutions they need solving, and actually offering them a product or a service that's going to do that for you. Equally, if you're selling to people who are ideal, then it's going to be more than likely they're hanging around with people who are just like them, which means that the people that they refer and recommend are going to be more of your ideal client. That's going to enable you to predict and get clear on your numbers, because generally we hang around with people who live in the same houses, who have the same expenses, who live the same kind of lifestyle, have got the same age kids, so actually the costs and living expenses can be very, very similar. So what new marketing and new sales are you bringing into your business? Well, one of the things you can potentially do is thinking about bolting on additional services. If you're a mortgage advisor, then have you gone back to every single one of your clients and thought about, right, I did a mortgage for you. Have they got life insurance? Have they got critical illness? Have they got income protection? Have they got health insurance? A will? Have you referred them for a pension or investment? What are their plans for the future? Are they thinking about asset backing their lifestyle and actually getting to the point where, if your living expenses are £3,000 per month, the goal has to be to get the assets to generate £3,000 per month. So if your business goes tits up tomorrow, you've got an income coming in from those assets. So what new sales and marketing are you bringing in? And finally, number 5 is, when thinking about the strategy, knowing your numbers and the profit first mentality, and equally your burn rate, getting into the number side of things. Number 5 is all about simple buy to lets. You don't want to create yourself a secondary business. You don't want to actually think about creating serviced accommodation, Airbnb, all these sexy strategies that are likely going to take up way more time, that remove you from the number one thing, which is running your business day to day. So when you're thinking about these sexy little single buy to let properties, if you can start looking at Rightmove every single day, get an understanding of what your property is going to cost you in your area. Then in your profit first mentality, you can factor in 20 to 25% deposit into your numbers so that you can then plan to remove that money from the business. Now, there are tax efficient ways in which you could do that, moving it from your limited company into another limited company called an SPV for the sole purpose of buying property. But that's something that you can talk to your tax specialist or your accountant about and that's the same as if you don't know your numbers well enough, or you're not a numbers person. Find somebody who is. So understanding what properties are selling for in your area, and then thinking about 20 to 25% deposit, put those numbers into your profit first mentality, into your business, into your lead generation, into your new marketing, and actually then you can start to buy one property a year for the next 10, 15 years. And by the time you reach retirement, not only are you going to have a great lifestyle, but you've potentially set up your family's future. You've made sure that you've got some assets backing your business. So if health got in the way, if the markets changed, if the industry changed, if everything gets disrupted, then you are protected. Because if you can have income generating assets that are supporting your current lifestyle and living standards, then that's going to remove a lot of stress, anxiety and worry. And that should be the goal of every single business owner, to build an asset-backed business. Just go and look at the rich list. Majority of people on the rich list have got property. It's one of the safest ways in which you can invest your money. There's a reason why they use the saying, safe as houses. If you look at property over the last 10 years, it's increased approximately 100% over that period of time. So now is the time to think about investing in property. Now is the time to get clear on your numbers. And if you need help in building your business strategy, thinking profit first, then we can help you to do that. So I hope that's been useful for you. I hope that makes you think differently about how you're going to build your business. I would much rather have a team of 6 to 10 people and start to invest the company profits into assets rather than actually building a team of 50 to 100 to 150 people, which is going to require management and loads of stress of going through the too small to be big and the too big to be small mindset. So let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comments below. Any questions that you have on building an asset-backed business, why you would want to build one, why you wouldn't want to build one, if you agree or disagree with this, if you know a business owner who is squandering all their money and spending it at the present time and not planning for the future, then maybe go and share this video with them, because it might help to change their mindset and to start safeguarding the future of their family. So thanks very much for tuning in, and remember, now is the time to become pro.